Hello and welcome into this week's NASCAR K&N Pro Series Rewind show right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host, Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from R&N. On today's K&N West Rewind, we're looking back at Saturday's Procore 200. Scheduled for 50 laps, we went 57 laps in this one, 126 miles, around the 2.5 mile Sonoma Raceway in Sonoma, California. This was a crazy race, as the K&N Pro Series from Sonoma usually is. Big field too, 32 cars in this race, very big field for the K&N Pro Series West. Great turnout for this race. First caution of the race came pretty early, lap 9, as the 08 of Travis Milburn got off course in turn 2. Lap 13, we had debris in turn 11. Lap 20, another caution for debris. Then we had a break for pit stops at lap 26. Lap number 32, the 13 of Todd Souza got off course in turn 10. Lap 37, the 32 of Dale Quarterly got off course. Lap 45, the 77 of Takuma Koga got off course in turn 7. As you can see, a lot of cautions here already. We had a total of 10 cautions in this race for 22 laps. Lap 47, getting close to the end of the scheduled distance of the race. The 78 car, driven by Jack Wood. Debris in turn 4. Then we thought we were done with the race. We got all the way around, just barely not to the white flag. Caution at lap number 50 as the 12 of Lawless Allen, probably the best name I have ever heard for a race car driver, Lawless Allen, spins in turn 7, hard impact into the wall. Luckily he was okay and was able to walk away from that. That set up the first overtime, and sorry if you can hear the thunder there. Just had a thunderstorm pass through. Lap number 53. One more caution in this race as the 18 car of Bill Can got off course. That set up the second overtime in this race. And the overtimes in this race were crazy. For as many cautions as we had for cars off course, we probably had 3 times that amount of cars that got off course or did different things that didn't bring out a full course caution. This race was absolutely nuts. Only 2 leaders in this race, though. Leading the most laps was Ryan Preece. He led 33 laps in the event, and Noah Gragson led 24. Gragson led the first 22 laps from the pole. Then he got a penalty for jumping a restart that gave Ryan Preece the lead at lap 23, and he never gave it up until lap number 55 when he got a penalty for jumping the final restart into the second overtime. Preece did not yield to the black flag for this, as he did not feel it was warranted. Technically, Ryan Preece did cross the line first, but Noah Gragson is awarded your leader as the final 2 laps of the race, and Noah Gragson is your official winner of this race. A fantastic drive out of Noah Gragson. That the grit that he showed to get back through that field after that penalty in the mid portion of the race, he was on a mission. He had the fastest car in this race, and he knew it, and he was not going to let this one slip away from him. A really good drive out of Noah Gragson, even if he technically wasn't the first car to cross the line in this race. That's now the second race in 2 weeks where we've had the car that crossed the line first didn't win the race. So I know there's going to be some controversy over this. There's going to be people that don't like this, and maybe rightfully so. But that is officially your winner is Noah Gragson. Daniel Hemrick came home in the second position. Austin Dillon third. Cole Custer fourth. So a top 4 sweep here out of Cup Series and Xfinity regulars. And then David Mayhew, the first non-Cup or Xfinity regular, in 5th. Rest of your top 10, a good run out of Will Rogers. He ran better than this most of the race. He was up as high as, he might have been as high as 2nd at one point in this race. I know he was as high as 3rd at one point. Jim Englebright in the 7th position. Haley Deegan with a strong run in 8th after starting from the pole. Dave Smith 9th, and Trevor Huddleston rounds out the top 10 to put 2 Sunrise Fords in the top 10. 11th through 20th, Matt Levine there in the 12th position. Jagger Jones had a really hard battle with Jim Englebright on the final lap and ends up getting spun. He was running, I believe, 8th when he got spun off the one car, and he was not happy after this race. Tempers were flaring between Jagger Jones and Jim Englebright after this race. Jones comes home in the 14th position. Cody Vanderwall there in the 15th position. Takuma Koga 17th. Derek Kraus had a couple of incidents on the race, none of which ever brought out a caution, which is most of the reason why he's as far back as he is. 19th in this one for Derek Kraus. And then Ryan Preece, after his black flag, not yielding to it, he came home last car on the lead lap in 20th. 21st through 30th, all of these cars out in wrecks at different points in the race. Lawless Allen down here in a Bill McAnally Toyota came home in the 24th position. Todd Souza down here in the 27th position. Brittany Zamora had electrical issues early in the race. She was out at lap 13 and came home in 29th. Final page, 31st, 32nd. Travis Milburn in 31st and did not complete one lap in the race due to mechanical issues. John Wood in the 32nd position. All right, so that's your results from the Procore 200. We're working on getting a Noah Gragson interview. Obviously, that is going to be a tough one to get, given he's an Xfinity regular, but we're working on it. So if we do get that worked out, it will go up as its own separate video, and you hopefully will see that here in the next couple of days. We'll see how that works out. Let's take a look at the K&N West standings here following this race. 6 races into the K&N West season with a quick turnaround this weekend to Roseburg, Oregon, to Douglas County Speedway. Derek Kraus still leads, but only by 1 point now over Haley Deegan. This is shaping up to be a really good championship battle between these two Bill McAnally teammates, and there might be a little bit of a rivalry developing after what happened in Colorado. They say they've smoothed it out. They at least outwardly seem to have smoothed it out, but internally, we don't know what's going on there. There may be a bit of a rivalry starting up there. We'll see going forward in the season, especially as this starts to heat up and they do really start to battle here for the championship. We'll see how that plays out. 2 Sunrise Fords down here. Trevor Huddleston 3rd, Jagger Jones 4th. Matt Levine has moved his way into the top 5 over Brittany Zamora after her abysmal day in Sonoma. She now sits 36 back in the 6th position, only 2 points up on Cody Vanderwall there in the 7th position. And then, of course, Todd Souza, Takuma Koga, and Travis Milburn also in the top 10. But that's your point standings following the Procore 200, and I believe that'll do it for us on this K&N Rewind, ARCA Rewind, and Truck Rewind coming up here very shortly as well for their doubleheader from Saturday night at Worldwide Technology Raceway in Gateway. A fantastic night of racing from Gateway. Those were 2 really good races. If you missed out on those, we've got some good things to talk about on those Rewind shows, so be sure to check those out when those go up here shortly. And like I said, we're going to try to get that Noah Gragson interview. I don't know how well that's going to work out, but we're going to do our best to get that for you. If it does happen, it'll be linked down below in the description if it has already happened by the time you watch this. If not, make sure you're subscribed and you got your notifications turned on, and you will know when that goes up if it happens. But if you haven't done it already, you need to go down below, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward. Not just a Noah Gragson winner interview, but anything else that goes up going forward. We got a lot of cool stuff planned here going forward, so keep that in mind, and definitely make sure you get those notifications turned on so you don't miss anything coming up. But while you're down there, why don't you hit that big thumbs up button if you like the video. It is much appreciated when you do. But at that, this has been the NASCAR K&N Pro Series Rewind Show. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.